coming off the back of Baku, we're now at another street style sort of circuit in Miami. Although this track is completely different from Baku and it's a track I really enjoy racing at. So I actually really enjoyed creating this wet car setup for Miami. So I started things off by going 19 and 21 on the wings. I've gone for a higher emphasis on the rear wing because there are a lot of sweeping corners where you really need rear stability, especially in the rain. For the transmission, I've lowered the on throttle right down to 50 to provide the most amount of traction and set the off throttle to 51 as well. Then for the suspension geometry, I've gone -2.6 and -1 on the camber, which is a slight increase over our dry setup. And then for the toe, I've kept the front toe exactly the same as our dry setup at 0.03 because responsiveness really wasn't an issue here. But I have increased the rear toe to 0.22 for a little bit of extra stability. When it comes to the suspension, I've softened things down, which is my normal approach for a wet car setup. I've gone 18 and 5 on the suspension and then 8 and 1 on the anti-roll bars. And I've increased the ride height a little bit to 38 and 41. Then for the brakes, I've gone with 95% pressure and 55% brake bias, which really is the norm for a wet car setup. And then for the tyres, I've increased the fronts a little bit, again, which is pretty normal for a wet setup, to get some temperature in there, get a bit of extra responsiveness. I've gone with 23.3 and 23.4 on the front pressures. And then for the rears, I've decreased them to help a little bit with traction and prevent overheating. I've gone with 20.1 on both rear pressures. And this produced a car setup which was really enjoyable around Miami. It's a track that really lends itself well to racing in the rain, and there was a really good balance between top speed down that really long straight and really strong aero performance as well. Let me know in the comments below if you enjoy this track as much as I do, whether you've raced it in the rain or not. And also consider subscribing if you're enjoying these F1 23 setups. But for now guys, enjoy the setup and I'll see you on track.